hectic pace of my position as a checkout clerk at Abbott's Grocery, I would scan dozens of cans of soup and tomato sauce. I would weigh red delicious apples, code number 4782, and dripping bundles of romaine lettuce, code number 4623. I would say, "Have a nice day," more times than any human should have to say that phrase. And I would forget any thoughts that had come to me in the night. Then, in the wee hours of the next morning, the same thought returned and woke me again. This time I sat up in bed and said aloud, "What? What isn't finished?" All was silent, except for the whir of the ceiling fan over my bed. I fell back asleep. My unremarkable life continued at its usual pace for 2 more weeks. Then a letter came from Sam, a friend from college, who was now the director of an international mission that was based in Europe. "Jenna, would you consider traveling to Venice in July? We need someone to cook at our mission leader's retreat. You keep coming to mind. We were given 2 comp airline tickets from the U.S., so you can bring a friend. The retreat is only for 4 days. You may stay at the palace the remainder of the week at no charge. Please respond ASAP." I read the note again. Venice? Why me? Why now? I wasn't a very good cook. Sam knew that, because I worked on the kitchen staff one summer at a camp he and his wife ran in Austria. But that was during college, a lifetime ago. Sam and Austria and cooking all happened when I was young and naive, and had lofty plans for my life. Then I fell in love, and, ignoring advice from friends and family, I spontaneously got married. I had a beautiful daughter and an unwanted divorce, all before I was 27. That was when my life grew small. Now I was being invited to be a part of something outside the small boundaries of my broken, limited life. And in Europe, no less. Was this the unfinished business? Sam's invitation stirred something deep within me. I realized that no matter what age we are, a profound sweetness glides over the human spirit when we are included in a small circle by an old friend. It's a humbling thing to be chosen. I cried for the first time in a long time, and then I called my sister-in-law. Sue was the friend I chose to take with me to Italy. She was coming up for air after the worst 2 years of her life. Because she had never been to Europe, she understandably was hesitant about leaving home, but she finally agreed. We left behind everything familiar about our lives in Dallas when we boarded that airplane and flew to Italy. Neither of us expected the transformations that began in us during our week in Venice. Our luxurious makeovers started with morning walks to the panetteria, where we bought our daily bread. Our nails were manicured by eager pigeons that we fed from open hands at San Marco Square. Instead of cucumber slices over closed eyes, we opened our eyes wide inside the grand Byzantine churches and drew in the scent of honeyed candles. We meditated on God and life while listening for the echo of footsteps on the ancient tiles. So much changed inside both of us on that trip. Sue and I look back and refer to that summer as the summer we were ambushed. Neither of us saw the blessings coming. They just came and kept coming and bowled us over. Sue now has a term for what happened in Venice. She says we were victims of grace. I like that. Both of us had been victims of a lot of other stuff over the long years. How sweet of God to make us victims of grace when we were old enough to appreciate what that gift cost him. Yes, we were transformed in Venice. We both are convinced that what happened to us never